to skip into another thing. So while all that's going on at the RNC, they've been having and I covered this last time. The Laura Trump has the woman who was is now running their election integrity is also the woman who just got indicted in Arizona for the fake elector scheme and trying to basically rig the election in Arizona. And she's doing election integrity for the RNC. And so their big move now is they're going to try to find a way to stop the counting of certain votes and manipulate the vote. They don't have a ground game. They're not trying to get out there. They're just trying to manipulate votes. And that's kind of what they're doing. And they're trying to spin that now that, oh my God, there's this huge fraud thing and we've got to take care of this when there isn't. So they're trying to spin the lie now to try and get some more grip, right, later on. So this is Luke Beasley, and he's going to cover a little bit of this, but we're just going to watch a few clips with him. But it's pretty amazing to me how they spin this shit.
We'll start with Senate candidate in Arizona, Kari Lake, who of course ran for governor and still hasn't conceded that race because this is the modern MAGA Republican Party. And here she is setting up, along with others that I'll show you, and of course along with Trump, right now already early, the claims of the election being stolen if Trump loses. And it is very hard these days, as we're going to walk through, for interviewers to get Republicans to just commit, okay, if Biden wins, will you accept it, or are you going to do this whole stolen election thing again? And it's very difficult to get a straight answer on that, because the answer is no, we will claim fraud. We will claim that it was stolen if Biden wins, which is not how democracy works. But here's Kari Lake perpetuating some of these claims, and then we'll move on to others.
Do you believe one of the motivations here is to get illegals, foreigners, to vote for the Democrats?
Oh, absolutely. 1,000%. Otherwise, they would be working hard to get the SAVE Act through, which will prevent that. Instead, in every state around the country, you're seeing Democrats fight tooth and nail any piece of legislation which will prevent illegals from voting, which will solidify and codify that already existent law. What they want, Maria, we're not going to see all these people pouring across the border showing up at polling places. What they want is to have a line in the voters' rolls so that somebody can vote for that person. And that's why they're asking them to register to vote when they get set up for Medicare and Medicaid, because they're giving them all of these services. Wow. They're asking them to sign up to vote. Then they have a line in the voter roll, and somebody will vote under that name.
That's a total lie. Illegal immigrants are not voting. Oh, man. Only citizens can vote. You have to be a citizen to vote. Besides, it's like, okay, so we're coming here from another country because I got a job, or maybe I'm seeking asylum, or I'm, there's famine or whatever. No. That's not why they're coming here. They're not coming here looking for work. They're coming here because they want to take that one vote. Out of 150 million voters, they want one vote. That's what I did. I came up here, I made the hike, I made the trek, I illegally crossed the border, I did all that just so I could vote in the election. One vote out of 150 million. And because it's voter fraud and it's illegal, I'm looking at 5 years in prison, then deportation.
Yeah.
So why'd you come to America? Are you looking for work, or no? I just wanted to vote in an election.
Right? Like,
cast
come
a
on
fraudulent
now.
ballot. And
That doesn't even make any sense.
Oh, and then the Democrats are signing them up for Medicare. Well, first off, some of them are entitled to it if they're working and they're here legally, right? They have papers and everything. Yeah, if they work, they're entitled to some of that. But I mean, it's up to a lot of that's, I think, is up to the states. But the other thing about that is the Democrats, I mean, to that kind of vast conspiracy that the Democrats are trying to manipulate the vote by trying to get illegal immigrants to vote, I mean, that would be easy to prove. Why isn't Congress dealing with this? Why isn't the FBI all over this and the Department of Justice? Right? If that was going on, then you're talking about a massive problem, but it's not happening. It's like we said before, it's like unicorn drive-bys on Mars. It's an imaginary crime. It doesn't occur. Is it horrible? Sure, but does it happen? No. So, it's just stupid. I mean, but, you know, just Poland.
I got nothing other than that it kind of feels like they're just like throwing stuff to the wall to see if any of it'll maybe stick. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Lie, meet wall. That's all it is. Here's clip over there. Here's Lindsey Graham. But that's what they were doing. It's basically we're going to say there's all this fraud now, which doesn't exist. And then that way, when Trump loses, we can say, oh, the election was rigged. And we can try and get it overturned, like we did in January 6th. And we'll try and get enough people riled up. But a lot of the ringleaders are in prison. A lot of those people did time or got legal consequences or fines. I mean, like, what, over 1,000 people have been convicted. Do you think they're going to go back through that again? I don't know. But we'll watch. Here's Lindsey Graham. Oh, poor Lindsey. Oh, Lindsey, he's upset. He's upset, folks. Lindsey's upset.
Lindsey Graham, by saying that he'll commit to the election if it's fair and if there's not massive fraud, it's as if we have dealt with that problem recently when we haven't.
Very quickly, Senator, before I let you go, a quick question about 2024. Will you accept the results of the 2024 election, no matter who wins?
Yeah, I'll accept them. I think, if there's no massive cheating, I accepted 2020. Here's what I would say. President Trump is poised to win. He said.
And then he gets to that, and I'll show you a few.
So, you're just walking. Oh, yeah, I'll accept it if I think it's fair and there wasn't cheating, You know me, old Lindsey. One of the only single guys in Congress. I'm 5'5", uncut. I like long walks on the beach. And I hate voter fraud. It's just a freaking joke. But they're just setting it up for that. But that's what it is. So here's Laura Trump, who's now basically running the RNC, or at least part of it. Basically giving away the game again on what the strategy is for them. This is Maria Bartiromo on her Sunday morning show.
Is co-chair of the RNC, Lara Trump. Lara, good to see you. Thanks very much for being here. And I want to start right there because President Trump seems to be fitting in, a bodega here and the fire department of New York there, trying to fit in campaign stops whenever he can. But the majority of his time is in a courtroom. How are you raising money and putting President Trump in front of donors if he's got to be in New York all day long?
Yeah, well, obviously, Maria, that's by design. They want to keep Donald Trump trapped in a courtroom and not able to go out and campaign. And their hope is that somehow that helps Joe Biden. But it's amazing to see. It's almost like Sylvester the cat and Tweety Bird. When Sylvester goes hard after Tweety Bird, it always backfires. And that's exactly what's happening to the Democrats right now, because you see, as you pointed out, Donald Trump's poll numbers continuing to go up. And at the RNC and Trump campaign, we announced that our April fundraising exceeded our expectations. We raised $76 million.
So a couple things there. One, his numbers are not going up, they're going down. Biden's are going up. You can cherry pick certain polls, which I'm sure is what she's doing. Plus, listen to the way she said that. She said, we announced record fundraising. That was after Biden had his whole dinner thing with Obama and Clinton. And I guess they raised 26 or something. It was some god-awful amount of money, millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars in one night. So Trump has a dinner that's kind of, a bunch of doofuses. And then he says, oh, well, I raised double that. And the number he gave was exactly double that. And they've announced it, but they haven't shown us that they got it. And they haven't reported it or shown the receipts on it. They just said they made more money. So you notice how she says we announced we made $76 million? Announced is doing all the heavy lifting in that sentence. She's so stupid.
And the beauty of that is the average donation, Maria, is under $30. That means the people of this country understand what's at stake. They understand what is happening to this man, this lawfare that is being waged.
Okay, that's stupid too. We know for a fact that he's lost over 200,000 of his small dollar donors. Those people are tapped out. They bought his NFTs and his shoes and his crappy Bible and
His Bible.
Yeah, he did the Lee Greenwood Bible. We should do that. I saw a guy who did collects Bibles, and he has a hobby, and he does a YouTube show, and he did a review. And he's a conservative Christian guy, right? He did a review of the Trump Bible, and it was not good. And it just kills me. So, $76 million, and the average donation was 30. So 2.5 million people gave them $30 in 1 month. Yeah, right.
That's crazy.
Oh man, they kill me. She kills me. She just, I mean, it's all lies. But the whole thing is we got to build it up. See, there's no way Trump can lose. So when he loses, see, there was no way he could have lost. So therefore it must be rigged. Lord Trump, man.
Waged against him in an attempt to interfere in an election, and they are fighting back. Even in the midst of this abysmal economy that Joe Biden has handed us, people are donating their money. DonaldJTrump.com if anybody wants to support us, because they understand what is at stake right now. So you're right. We get the weekends and we get Wednesdays typically with Donald Trump, the candidate, to go out and campaign, but he...
See, he has Wednesdays off. Biden wasn't lying. You know, it's funny. Don't sign up for their web mailer. I did that. That was a mistake. Oh, because I wanted to see what they were putting out.
Oh, you did not.
I did.
Oh, you brave man.
I
Brave man.
Well, I finally had to block it because, especially when he was trying to come up with the bond for his civil fraud trial. I was getting like 30 a day. Of emails from them. Do it now. And of course, if you read through them, which I know most people don't, at the very bottom it says not for campaign, for he could use it for legal expenses. Basically, pay my lawyers for me. I need money. I'm a billionaire, but I need money. He's like the Catholic Church, you know. God, they worship an all-powerful God, but they always need money. Can create the universe, can't balance a checkbook. With Donald Trump. The greatest mind that ever lived, but he never has enough cash. The other thing I wanted, Laura Trump, I think it was Michael Cohen who pointed this out. They initially hated her. They thought she was stupid. Imagine being so stupid. Trump and Don Jr. think you're stupid. Right? And Ivana thinks you're stupid. They didn't like her. She was kind of shunned by the family. And it was years later, when Trump was president or running for president or something, he saw her on television talking about how great he was. And he was like, oh, I like this woman. We need to find out who she is. Not realizing it was his own daughter-in-law. And the mother of some of his grandchildren. Didn't even know it was her until he said, oh, she's great. She's talking. She's telling everybody how great I am. So that's how she got this job, just by sucking up. It's just so pathetic how they have to grovel to him, man. Everybody's got to grovel. Yeah.